Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're taking a chronological, biological journey to see exactly what happens inside your body the very moment cigarette smoke enters it. We all know smoking is bad for us, right? But the mechanics of how it actually destroys the human body are truly shocking. We are going to look closely at the science, the anatomy, and the exact sequence of events that unfold with every single puff. Let's dive in. So what exactly happens the moment you inhale a toxic cocktail of 4,000 harmful chemicals? Well, it begins its invasion by completely bypassing the cigarette filter. You see, the brown part of the cigarette, the filter, is really a filter in name only. Its main job is just to stop pieces of unburned tobacco, often called tar, from getting through. But even with it, tar absolutely still enters your body. And more importantly, it does literally nothing to stop the rest of the smoke. The second you burn those dried, rotting tobacco leaves, you are instantly inhaling a staggering cloud of toxins straight into your windpipe. Section 1. Setting the baseline. Normal breathing versus the smoke hijack. Before we look at the damage, we really need to understand how your lungs are actually supposed to function. When you breathe normally, fresh air travels down your windpipe, branching out into countless smaller tubes, and finally reaching these tiny air sacs at the end called alveoli. In a healthy body, fresh oxygen enters the blood here and binds to a protein called hemoglobin, which happily carries that oxygen to your brain, your hands, and your feet. But the smoker's reality? It's a violent disruption. Carbon monoxide is incredibly aggressive. It literally kicks the oxygen out, taking its place on the hemoglobin. And remember that number, 4,000, because with every single drag, you're unleashing over 4,000 distinct, harmful chemicals directly into your respiratory system. Thanks to that aggressive carbon monoxide we just talked about, alongside pure nicotine, your bloodstream is suddenly no longer delivering life-giving oxygen. Instead, it's pumping poison to your brain, your limbs, and your heart. This immediate drop in oxygen is exactly why continuous smoking makes it so incredibly difficult just to catch your breath. Moving to Section 2, Hijacking the Human Brain. The Rapid Addiction Loop. Now, you might be wondering, if smoking suffocates you right away, why on earth do people keep doing it? The answer lies in the brain. Within a mere 7 to 10 seconds of inhaling, nicotine hits your brain and triggers a massive release of feel-good hormones, dopamine, adrenaline, and serotonin. Your heartbeat rises, you feel energized, and your stress just seemingly melts away. But here's the trap. That nicotine only stays in your system for about 2 hours before your body breaks it down. The crash is hard, the cravings hit instantly, and boom, the chain-smoking cycle is born. This rapid 4-step loop makes nicotine the third most addictive chemical in the entire world. Section 3. Suffocating the lungs. Localized destruction and disease. While your brain is enjoying that temporary high, a permanent destruction is happening down in your chest. Normally, your lungs have these tiny, hair-like projections called cilia that act like little brooms, sweeping trapped dust and germs right out of your body. But when you smoke, tar and a highly poisonous gas called hydrogen cyanide completely paralyze those sweepers. Doctors call this ciliostasis. Because they're paralyzed, dirt and germs just sit there, choking your respiratory system. And that infamous smoker's morning cough, that happens because at night, those paralyzed cilia try to heal. They wake up, realize the lungs are full of garbage, and violently attempt to expel all that trapped dirt the moment you get out of bed. It's a continuous, brutal assault. Over time, that nighttime recovery stops entirely, and the cilia become permanently damaged. The lining of your tubes becomes constantly irritated, swelling up and generating excess mucus, which is known as chronic bronchitis. At the exact same time, those 4,000 dangerous chemicals are literally destroying your alveoli air sacs, drastically crashing your oxygen intake, and that specific destruction is called emphysema. When someone gets hit with both chronic bronchitis and emphysema at the same time, it's called COPD, or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. And let me be clear, this is a permanent death sentence for lung function. It cannot be reversed, it has absolutely no cure, and it can be fatal within a year of reaching the severe stages. Sure, medications can delay the inevitable for a bit, but the structural damage to your lungs is permanently locked in. Section 4. System failure and mutations. When the damage spreads. Okay, so the damage doesn't just stay in the lungs. It actually uses the very bloodstream it hijacked to travel throughout your entire body. As toxins like nicotine travel, they actively damage the endothelium, which is the inner lining of your blood vessels. This damage causes the vessels to block up and dramatically increases the formation of blood clots.
Think of a blood clot like a massive physical roadblock, completely stopping the flow of blood and whatever little oxygen you actually have left.
And there's a direct, terrifying cause and effect relationship here. If one of those smoking-induced clots forms and stops oxygen from reaching your heart, that is the exact definition of a heart attack. If that roadblock stops blood from reaching your brain, that's a stroke. Both are sudden, both are frequently fatal, and both are directly accelerated by cigarette smoke.
And then we get to the cellular level. The chemicals you inhale cause dangerous mutations right in your DNA, sending your risk for lung cancer through the roof. But here is the true horror of it all. Your body naturally wants to fight cancer and repair that mutated DNA, right? Well, specific ingredients in cigarette smoke, like arsenic and nickel, effectively disable your DNA's repair mechanisms. It's an absolute one-two punch. You are planting the seeds of cancer while simultaneously burning down your body's only defense mechanism.
Section 5. A deadly chemical cocktail. The reality of what you inhale. We've been talking about these 4,000 chemicals kind of in the abstract, so let's put some specific names to them. With every single puff, you are putting ammonia into your lungs, the exact same chemical used to scrub toilets. You're inhaling DDT, a harsh insecticide, arsenic, which is used in ant poison, carbon monoxide straight from car exhausts, cadmium from car battery fluids, and hydrogen cyanide, which is quite literally just a lethal poison. You are literally inhaling toilet cleaner and battery fluid. But you know, the ultimate cost of all this isn't just biological. It is a massive, tragic waste of your own financial resources. Think about the chain reaction we've explored today, from the lungs to the brain, the blood vessels, right down to your DNA. Now think about the sheer amount of money an average smoker burns through every single month to facilitate that self-destruction. Those exact same resources could be invested in your future, learning valuable, highly demanded skills, enrolling in training programs, and dramatically improving your life. So I'll leave you with this final thought to consider the next time you think about lighting up. Will you let a toxic cocktail of 4,000 chemicals permanently hijack your body, or will you invest those resources into building your future? It's a choice between paralyzing your lungs with toilet cleaner or using your time, health, and money to build something lasting. Thank you for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, stay focused, and I'll see you next time.